Hi Kiwi! Alright, we are back at another episode of Hades 1. We're going to be running the aspect of Eris on the rail. We're going to take the Dionysus keepsake and we're going to try and get his attack and stack up the poison, and then use Eris's effect of giving bonus damage if we're in the AoE of our special attack to do as much damage with hangover as possible. Going to take 3 levels of extreme measures, 1 level of damage control, and 1 level of tight deadline.
Do your worst, Father.
Do your worst.
Keep to yourself, then. Our house is not so great in size, thus boundaries must be set. I shall refrain from entering your chambers, as you shall never again try to enter mine.
Except we very much did do that, found a picture of Mom and got the parents
Still
reunited.
Our boundaries out, I guess.
Boundaries are hard. Hard to make and hard to maintain.
Lord Dionysus, mate, you have made the mood down here materially less miserable, and I am much obliged.
What, is that from me? Why, Zag, I mean, you really shouldn't have. You know I can't get enough of this stuff, right?
We're just gonna keep casually dropping nectars.
Zag, I heard that Orpheus, he found his missing bride. Why, isn't that the sweetest thing, isn't it, man? I'll drink to that, and I think so should you.
I wonder what Dionysus does not drink to. Ooh, excellent. An epic level attack already. Well, that's pretty great. Basically, now we can just hope to maybe find Eurydice and get that ranked up to heroic. But pretty much at this point, all I want is to stack as many levels on the attack as possible. Things I could consider taking in addition.
No use.
Things I could consider taking in. Oh my goodness, I'm stepping on my trap too much. In addition, again, mainly what I want to do is just get as many palms as I can. But we could go Ares, Artemis, Aphrodite are all boon carriers that could scale really well with Dionysus's boon, with Dionysus's attack specifically. So I might consider them that, or I just go all in on the attack, do what we did that one other run where I think it was maybe the aspect of chaos, where we just tried to stack up as much poison damage as possible. Athena doesn't really fit the build path that I'm looking for, so we'll just take the coin here. Gives me a chance of being able to afford a boon in a shop that will carry the run later. You guys will just bleed out if I tap them enough times with this. I guess I need to remember the whole reason I'm doing this is that I'm trying to get the increased damage from the Eris Rail. So I don't run the Eris Rail nearly as much as I run Hestia. Ooh, okay. Early hammer, always happy to see a Tartarus hammer. Anyway, so ooh, let's there we go, got the pot. So anyway, I need to, because I don't really often run Hestia's, actually pretty much all I've run is Hestia's weapon now that I think about it, or Hestia's aspect. I'm not used to having the benefit of the Eris Rail, so I have to kind of train myself to not only use my special, but to stand inside of it afterwards. Your attack is faster and more accurate. Your special becomes a rocket. Okay, Rocket Bomb I know is extremely powerful. Alternatively, AoE attack is pretty solid for us. I feel like this would be more fun to get the stacks, but it's really not that amazing. Well, you know what? It's the build we want. Rocket Bomb might be harder to get. No, actually, if I stand in it, oh, this is a tough decision because Rocket Bomb is objectively amazing, and Flurry Fire is good for the build path that I'm trying to think about. We'll have actual Rocket Bomb runs down the road. Let's take the attack speed up and then more ammo. I know it's objectively the worst option, but for the sake of fun, it is good enough. We came here to have a good time, didn't we, Kiwi? I hope so. Well, I guess maybe sleeping is a good time, right? That's really why you came here. I mean, as it is, I've just trained myself with how to play Hestia so much that I'm not necessarily playing this right. But we'll get into the rhythm of it. Aphrodite with a golden laurel, so that could be tempting on this special. It could potentially dilute our options for pomegranates, especially if I take the palm blossom, the keepsake from what's her name, Persephone. I'm a little bit short on coin to be able to afford a boon. You know what? Aphrodite's duo does synergize pretty darn well with Eris, so we'll go ahead and take her here, I think. Need to remember to use my cast here to get the extra damage. So we're doing 30 damage of hangover per tick. That's about 60 damage a second. Not bad, but definitely lacking for what I want.
Dear Aphrodite, surely you have all the offerings you can stand, but I would ask that you accept one more.
not, dearest, but it stirs my heart to know you care so deeply for a wonderful relationship. To celebrate it with such princely gifts.
I guess that is a curiosity I would have about ancient Greece and the...
Little godling, you must know the 7 types of love by now, don't you? It's quite a complicated field, though several types intrigue me most of all. In fact, why, I have several types of love for you right here.
I'm assuming that's like how you demonstrate love, like gift giving or like doing activities and that sort of thing is what she's referring to. As far as what we wanted here, I wanted her special, admittedly, so none of this is really what I want. Is it worth wasting a reroll? Not really. I don't want her call, that's for sure. I don't want her cast either. So I guess we take Passion Dash. Not my favorite option, but oh well. At least it ends up where you land, so I can probably use that reliably enough since I'm going to be likely dashing into enemies to try and catch my special for the damage up.
Right there.
Yeah, okay, I think we can pretty reliably get status privilege going this way. Cool, so that means we're going to be consistently doing an extra 40% damage pretty reliably. Bumps our poison damage up to 42 at base. And this will give us another 8 damage per tick, so that's another, what is it, 10 damage, 20 damage per minute, which is pretty solid. I do have to be ready for my special to not always go in the direction I want, because again, unfortunately, the auto-target function of the controller-based gameplay isn't always the most reliable. I don't actually know what hammers I would specifically want with this build at this point, but AoE is always welcome. Anything to boost attack speed, I suppose, would be really good too. So the Hermes boon that does such has such an effect would be pretty solid. Basically, I just want to make sure that I'm constantly tagging these guys with at least 1 tick of poison, because then it just adds up really fast. And if I can dash into them to cast, get them hit with Passion Dash, even better. What have we got here? Let's see. Traps, Infernal Trove, HP, none of those look interesting from the Wall of Charon. Ooh, already a trial room. Didn't know you could get those this early, but okay. We'll take Aphrodite first. And here, we'll take her special. This will give a huge amount of burst damage on her special. 153% more damage is pretty solid.
It's not that I'm upset or anything here, Zag. You know I'm not. But truthfully, I am a bit annoyed. A little bit. And so I got to send the message, man.
I guess this is one instance of what Dionysus would not drink to, perhaps.
Let's give him a show then.
Yeah, the fun thing about how much this poison damage does already at base is just that I can pretty much just tag an enemy and then move on to the next one and forget it after that. Set it and forget it.
Okay, all right. It's fine already, Zag. You win this time, and I am good as grapes.
He is good as grapes. All right, let's see. That influence isn't terrible. I would love, I think, what is it? The one that makes nectars give palm levels would be awesome. We are not getting that. I think, honestly, I'm going to take Trippy Shot, and the reason for that is we could potentially get Dionysus' Legendary, which I don't think I've ever seen on a run here before. Bad Influence sounds fun, but we're rarely going to have 3 enemies that are Hangover Afflicted lasting on the stage for very long, so yeah, we'll just take Trippy Shot with the goal of getting Dionysus' special. And here is another pomegranate, so we'll go ahead and take that. I would say that the Hangover is one of the few instances where potentially you have more to gain from oh gosh, brain fart. Hangover, because it only gives you like 1 damage per palm, but it never does less than that either. It's one of the few potential core boons that could reliably scale infinitely and scale very well, because getting a couple % more damage on an attack is whatever, but I mean, this is effectively a 10% damage increase every time. Although I guess I don't know how to math this out properly, but take my word for it. Also, I'm going to apologize in advance if this is running a little slow in the background. It may be, I can't really tell.
I'll pay for that.
Okay, Maybe I shouldn't have bought that just so that I could have an easier time getting Palm Blossom stacks. I'll sell some things when I get to the next floor for things that don't level up. That said, I don't think you can get levels on strong drinks, so we'll take that. I just have to sell the boons that I don't want to get hit by Palm Blossom. Anyway, if the game is running a little slower in this video, I apologize for that. I forgot to restart my computer and close it out of all the background programs.
Ladies.
So things are going to be a little slow, maybe.
Ugh, would you just look at him? That smug look, that posture, everything. Please tell me you're not going soft for this trash god's sister.
Oh, she absolutely is.
Come on, Electo. When was the last time that we looked to one another for approval? Besides, as long as we kill him, what do you even care?
You know, fair point there, sister. Very nicely said. Let's kill him now!
She's so jealous. Oops, forgot to reload. This is fine. We've got so much damage on her just from the ticking of the hangover damage already. Let's see, we are doing 85... I think I saw 85 damage a tick, which is kind of crazy. Between the Eris Rail's enhanced bonus damage and the bonus damage from status privilege, it's pretty solid. Pretty darn solid.
I don't like her very much.
I hope he's referring to Electo, because Meg's gonna have her heart broken if you say that.
Try another one, maybe.
Let's see how you fare in warmer environments.
So yeah, I think we'll hold on to the Palm Blossom for the rest of the run, and then I don't really need Passion Dash anymore, do I? If I've got the special, so yeah, let's toss it. Let's sell Passion Dash. Because we've got the special, so that still sets us in line for potential duos. Anything else that could potentially steal Palm Blossom levels that I would care about? Strong Drink, I'm pretty sure can't get leveled up. So basically, it's just sharing it between the attack, the special, and Trippy Shot, which I'll be sad if it lands on Trippy Shot, but it's not the end of the world again. Because we could potentially get it on something pretty decent. Don't need the HP, don't need the summon, don't need the cast damage. Alright, on to the next floor.
Till next time, Tartarus.
On to Asphodel.
Courtesy of the pact.
Yeah, if what I was saying before didn't kind of clue you in, I'm not recording in my standard time frame. It's kind of later at night. It's like right before bedtime, so I'm just squeezing in one recording before bed.
Back down. Not now or ever.
Because I think I've said this a number of times through the playthrough. The itch for Hades just does not die down at any point. And here's another instance where Hermes boons are pretty solid because they don't, I believe, compete for palm levels from the Palm Blossom here. So we can pretty reliably depend on them. We can get them without them potentially competing for the resources I'm trying to stack up on a single boon. Run all you like. You can't outrun poison damage. Man, our special chunks.
That's settled then.
We've got some pretty solid damage.
Delivery to where in blazes are you right now? Anyway, take one of these and go about your business.
All right, what have you got? Oh, I forgot to give him a, ooh, 10% attack speed. I like that on this build. Sure, why not? Alternatively, we save up for greater haste and hope that rush delivery affects our poison damage, which I assume it does not, but I'd have to confirm that, but we'll take the attack speed.
Felt that.
Just be as fast as possible. All right, again, Athena doesn't really fit the goal of this build. I could take her dash just for safety, but that's no fun. Let's not risk having to share resources when we could further stack our attack and maybe have, like, would be cool if we got like 100 stacks, or what's it called, 100 damage ticks. We're all, like, look at that, we're already at 86, and I don't think that, I guess status privilege doesn't necessarily affect the poison damage, perhaps? Let's see. Yeah, okay, so status privilege doesn't even affect the poison stack, so I don't have to, like, go out of my way to land the special. I need to go out of my way to stand in the special when it explodes. A shop? We'll take the shop here on the off chance it offers us another pomegranate purchase.
Something's here.
It does.
Don't spend it all in one place,
Alright,
mate.
11 damage. Let's see, yeah. I don't really have a reason to level up anything else. We'll just let the Palm Blossom level things up by accident if need be. This would have been a great chance to fight Charon. Unfortunately, we didn't get his mid-shop challenge, but if we do see it, we'll take it this run. Alright. we'll go ahead and just empower ourselves here as things spawn in. Again, stand to the left of the enemy when they spawn in to hit them with back attacks. Because enemies spawn always facing to the right, believe it or not. A weird little observation, but a very minor speedrunning strategy that's worth always recognizing if you can. I need to remember to toss a trippy shot here or there because it may not do a ton of damage, but it will stun enemies, which makes me more reliably able to hit them, especially while I'm reloading. I should basically just... I need to get into the habit of reloading as I'm tossing out a special or a cast.
Lord Dionysus.
Ooh, Blackout already. Nice. Okay, so Blackout. Hangover-afflicted foes take 60% more damage while standing in festive fog. If ever there were a reason to make sure that I'm casting Trippy Shot at this point, that's it. Alright. That means our poison damage is going to be insane right now. Just watch. Oh, did I see 173 damage on the poison? 90 without the Eris Rail effect. Come on, let's see. They're dying too fast for me to know for certain how much they're taking. They are absolutely melting. I guess we'll just have to see what we get at Lernie.
The power of the gods.
And there we are, 12. Now we're up to 12 damage at base on our attack. Awesome. Another Hermes boon. Wow. Okay, sure. I don't know if you can actually be offered rush delivery without having taken greater haste. I think you can. Hyper sprint, greater evasion. None of these are super exciting to me. Maybe I will re-roll this.
What else we got?
Cast, special, greater. Okay, I guess we'll just take the free 10% dodge chance. Or special being faster might be... I don't think it matters. We'll take the dodge chance for a little bit of extra survivability. And this should be the end shop. Oh, that's nice, because we got a fountain room. We actually got another proc of strong drink, so that's an extra 3% damage right there. I don't really need any other god boons, and I don't really need the HP, so we'll save the coin here. And, alright, let's see how quickly we melt it. Let's see if we... words. Let's see how quickly we melt Lernie.
What's the matter, Lernie? You seem quite upset.
Sounds like he needs some head pets. Head pets will make him less upset. Okay. We're ticking for 142 poison damage. And now... Like every now and again I see a 240 number pop up, but I think that is the damage of our special and not actually the poison damage ticking. I could be mistaken about that, which if I am is kind of insane. Just trying to stand inside that. Yeah, we're ticking for 142 poison damage, and that's every half a second, which means we're doing 280 poison damage a second. That's pretty crazy for DPS. Unfortunately, I am positioning very poorly here because the auto targeting lock on, the auto lock on this weapon is a little jank at times. All right, so that should finish that head. That should finish. Okay, both those heads finished, and now that one will bleed out. Okay, ooh, a little spooky. I wouldn't say that was the cleanest Lernie fight, but we did sure melt him.
Done bashing heads for now.
Now, I think I forgot to say this at the start of the run, but Eris Rail is both incredibly safe and incredibly powerful. That base damage on it, most people usually...
surpassed my Hydra.
Power.
Most people usually just stick with a Zeus-focused build, because Zeus, I mean, scales really well with rapid attacks. Ooh, you know what? The Chaos Gate would be amazing here. We're going to take that.
I can use this.
If I can get more damage on the attack, that would be phenomenal.
Asphodel.
Although, I guess, in hindsight, it doesn't actually matter that much, because it's not the base attack that we care about, it's the poison damage. So maybe this doesn't actually matter, but I'll take it. It doesn't hurt to have.
Another day or night in paradise.
We're giving up a hammer or a palm option here, which isn't ideal. Honestly, I might kind of rather take the palm, because now that I think about it, what does Chaos offer us? Not... Maybe he offers us something good, but I don't think it's really what we need. I'm going to take the palm. Alright, I wasted 70 gold. Oh well. I forgive me. Jeez, look at that damage. I need to just like hit these guys each with like 1 or 2 attacks, and they're just going to melt. Remember to try and keep them in trippy shot as much as possible. The only thing that could really speed up our damage potential probably is Ice Wine, the duo between Dionysus and Demeter. And the reason for that is primarily just a matter of it makes the trippy shot cast instantly.
Good enough to eat.
All right, we're at 13. We're at 7 levels on the poison at this point, and it's about to be 8 levels because they're feeding us lots of pomegranates. We're gonna be very well stocked up in nutritious fruit-based minerals. I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm tired, Kiwi. I don't know why I'm running this late in the day. Actually, I know exactly why. I am hopelessly addicted to this game. It's probably one of my favorite, well, unquestionably one of my favorite games of all time. I don't think I have to say probably. It definitely is. I think you don't sink hundreds of hours into a game that you only sort of like. Mid-shop or hammer? This is a little tougher decision because the mid-shop could offer us a boss fight against Charon, could offer us another pomegranate. I think I go with the mid-shop. Presumably we can probably find a hammer in Styx. Let's see. Do not get the mini-boss, but we do get another level of attack, which is great. I don't really care about Zeus here. Yes, there are some things that would go really well with him. I don't particularly need them. I think I stick with Dionysus on the off chance I can get, the ability that makes nectar.
You've come, short one. I dreamed of this very moment.
I think he's about to tell us about, I think he's gonna give us Gilgamesh.
Come on, Asterius. We've fought how many times already? What's there to dream about?
No, I dreamed.
Yes.
And in my dream, there was something I had to tell you. Rather, something you have to tell the weapons you wear in your hands. Tell them, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
Well, I guess I know what we're gonna be using next run then.
Hey, I know what that is. That's a waking phrase. So I'm to speak it to Malphon. Wait, why are you helping me?
I don't know whether I'm helping you or not, but in my dream, an ancient hero fought a beast of a man bare-handed. They became friends in the end, after a great battle. I long for a fight like that.
All right, we'll make your dream come true, Asterius. So this is kind of why the Eris Rail is so incredibly strong. It has so much range that you can keep up DPS on enemies while safely... Oh, hold on. While being well outside of their range. And you get the huge damage amplification. So normally, again, people usually just run Zeus with this build, or this weapon, because it's just so darn strong.
Not even a scratch.
I'm gonna try and keep him in trippy shot to the best of my ability, which is not necessarily easy. Oops, dashed into that. We're fine. You know, I need to remember that I have my Chthonic Keepsake. In fact, I'm gonna use it here just so that I don't forget to use it later.
Well done.
Again, I'm mostly using it just to farm up the darkness it gives, to be honest.
That's a relief.
We got another level on the attack from Palm Blossom. Okay, there it is. Premium Vintage. When you gain HP when you pick up Nectar, receive 1 Nectar now, and Nectars still give Palm levels, so another level on the attack. So we are now at, what was it, plus 12 or plus 11? Plus 11 on our attack.
Come on, let's fight.
We have an extremely face-melting level of Hangover right now. Not my favorite types of enemies to be fighting with that sort of build, mind you, because they don't exactly hold still, but so they're not going to stay in trippy shot very well. Even if it does stun them, they'll probably dash out of it before it's relevant. Ooh, I think I got hit by the egg there, unfortunately. They're also kind of just hard to hit with the special and the attack, or less the attack, more the special and the trippy shot. All right, Patroclus.
Couldn't help but hear the rattling of battle chariots of late, raucous laughter and the like. You've really riled up the locals this time, stranger.
I think they're mostly talking about Theseus there.
Must be Theseus and his fancy Macedonian. So he's been joyriding about in that thing, showing it off.
Do you really have to ask that question, Zagreus? We know what Theseus is about. If he wasn't being a giant blowhard, he'd probably be sleeping.
Your arrivals are becoming a bit of an event, I'd say. And yes, the champion and his bull friend are likely at the center of it. You'll have to forgive me that I've no intent on attending your contests, but, well, here.
Alright, well, we don't need HP, we don't need extra lives, so we'll just take 60% more attack damage, because why not?
I doubt it'll be give much help.
Alright, so is there anything else that Dionysus or Aphrodite could give me that's not their duo boon? That wouldn't take away from potential Palm Blossom rolls? Not really, and honestly, I'm on such good pace for a possible new record for fastest run. I don't think I'm going to waste my time on the trial. Like, yeah, I guess there are definitely things I could take from them, I suppose, but I don't really care. I think this is one of the hardest things about Hades for, like, beginner players in particular, or those who are committed to having fun, I suppose, is that you don't need to take every boon. Once you have your build, there's only so much more you need to do with it. And this is definitely an instance of where that is terribly relevant, I suppose. These guys are kind of in an awkward location for me to hit them. Alright, a Well of Charon. Let's go see what's in there.
Let's see.
HP, armor damage, move speed. I mean, the armor damage could speed things up a little bit, but I'll save my coin. We will take the keys here for rerolls, because it may help me get some more palm levels on things. And I mean, I couldn't have predicted that. Ooh, okay, free hammer or a shop that could give us another pomegranate. I mean, we know which route we have to take. I don't think the hammer changes too much for us here. The palm doesn't really exactly change things either. It's just funny. No palm, and Ares, I actually am going to take the Ares boon here because we do not have a duo boon with Ares yet.
Cheers, mate.
And this gives me the best chance of potentially getting that. Like, what I mean by that is we've never had Ares' duo boon. We'll take the dash. I don't really care about anything, his call here. It actually will be a DPS down for us, almost guaranteed if I use it. At least the dash gives us a little bit of extra damage while we're kiting around enemies.
Gentlemen.
Mental gen?
I swear, upon my honor, fiend, you shall not pass.
Well, I got bad news for your honor, Theseus. You don't have much left at this point, let's be honest. I think I focus on DPSing down Asterius first.
What is the matter, fiend? Is your weak sense of resolve already shaken?
Oh, we've already faced these, Asterius. Cool. And we melt these guys. You know what? I should probably get some stacks of poison up because that'll keep damaging him even if he's not within range. Yeah, so every now and again, I'll just clip Theseus so that he takes some extra poison damage. Oh, he's just doing little wheelies there. Oh, he's gonna do that. Okay, bail out. We'll focus on Theseus for a little bit here. Or actually, Asterius is just gonna die to poison. Or hangover. We all know it's poison, right? We don't have to, like, sugarcoat that it is poison. I'll probably drop a boulder on this guy when he does his next phase.
My chariot! You filth! Olympus, 'tis my time of need.
Oh, I forgot to do it. Oops, there we go.
Who is this miscreant? You blackhead.
I saw 206 damage from our poison procs there.
That ought to shut him up. Hello, supportive shade.
Hello, supportive shade. I hope you're enjoying the show. Sadly, we do not have much gold going into Styx, so the chances of us getting a good, being able to afford the Titan Blood is next to zero. Could sell some things for the sake of that, but I'm not gonna. Because the odds are I'm not gonna be able to reach it in time, and I'm fine with this reality.
To the surface.
Okay, so my fastest run ever on this save file was 17 minutes, I believe. We had gotten Merciful End on the aspect of, I want to say Demeter, but it may have been, it may have been, what's it called, the aspect of Zagreus. I forget which, and it doesn't particularly matter. But we're depending on how lucky we are in Styx, we may actually be able to get a new record this run, which is kind of crazy. My second time running the rail, the Eris Rail on this playthrough, I think. what do I want to take here? So I am looking for Ares Dionysus duo boon. So let's go this route and reroll, try and spend some rerolls. Because that's really all I could care for in this. Unfortunately, we got a level on Blade Dash, which really doesn't do much for us. But it's fine. Just stack as much poison on everyone as we can. And remember to reload. I'm still very bad about reloading with this weapon, and I acknowledge that. It's mostly just, again, I never really got to play with this weapon nearly as much as I did in my previous playthrough, and I'm mostly just being a Hestia main, if I'm being honest here. Hestia is Bestia, after all.
Vermin.
All right. Unfortunately, we are not getting the one-room Styx stream, which is fine. It's not. I mean, it's a 20% chance. It's not going to happen every run. It doesn't really happen most runs. It happens 1 in every 5 runs, potentially. Although it still feels like less than that, if I'm being honest. Yeah, so our poison is ticking for at least 150 damage, so 300 damage a second. But I think it's more than that. I think it is. I think I have seen numbers larger than that, probably if they're standing in Trippy Shot. Not standing in the best location. I'm having a little bit of a hard time keeping track of where I should be positioning, frankly. Well, kind of a messy chamber, but we made it work. And we have strong drink to really heal us up. Alright, which ones of these wouldn't level up? Positive outlook, probably high tolerance? Or I take Dionysus. Actually, Dionysus is A. Does that outcompete? No, it does less damage than her attack now, so it's not even that good. Because when you apply different sources of Hangover, the most recent hit applies. So this would actually cause us to do less damage. So I think... Oh, wait, I wanted to reroll and see if we could get the Ares duo.
What else?
Okay, still didn't get it. We'll try one more time. Maybe we get it. Unfortunately, we did not. So we will take Bad Influence. Deal more damage while 3 or more foes are hangover afflicted. 50% more damage. Fair enough. That won't last for very long, but it'll at least have a little bit in Hades' room where it does it more. Take the coin and try to buy more palm levels, I guess. Alright, so we're ticking for 208 at max, I think. Oh, shoot. Bad Influence can get leveled. That's unfortunate. Maybe I should have taken the other one instead, after all. Oh, well. I couldn't have known. I mean, I could have if I wikied it, but no one wants to wait around for that. Although I guess I have done that in previous recordings, just I've cut it out afterwards. Timing-wise, we're getting a little tight for the record, unfortunately. I think it really depends on if we can get a 2-room Styx or not. Or a 2-chamber Styx. The dream is alive, but it's not a very likely one, admittedly. We'll see. Do we get it? We got it. Okay. The dream is alive, Kiwi. We could potentially see a new fastest run. I've got to be quick in the shop, though. I've only got a minute. Oh, of course there's a fish. Let's see. I don't need any more Dionysus, necessarily. I'll take these palms.
Should come in useful.
All right, that's 2 more damage per second, or 4 more damage per second. That's okay. That's another 3. Okay, so we're doing
Time to fish.
40 times 2, or so 40 times 5 at max times 2. So,
just a gap.
We're doing at least 400 damage a second now, I think, and that's before we get the damage modifiers.
The guardian of hell itself decides the time has come for a short break and snack.
And if I have done the math incorrectly, forgive me, but I am trying to, like, my brain is in speedrun mode because I have a minute and 30 seconds to potentially get a new record. A new PB, if you will afford me. So I don't have the time to do math, unless I sat there talking over Cerberus for a while. But it's fine. Let's see what we get. Wish me luck, Kiwi.
I'm back, Father.
Father, I'm back.
It seems our realm has many weaknesses. I shall deal with them shortly then.
On the bright side, I am not one of those weaknesses. Alright, so drop Trippy Shot, drop the special dash into him, and start stacking that poison as much as possible. We don't even care. We don't care if we get hit, just make sure that he's constantly under fire. And I'm remembering to reload where possible. Okay, that's phase 1.
Have made it here without Olympus, boy.
You should be pleased to have their help.
Oh, I'm delighted, boy.
Can't do that.
Come on, keep the poison up. Just dropping trippy shot periodically. Get another special loading. Okay, he bailed out. Gotta make sure I keep him in trippy shot as much as possible. Alright. That's phase 1, and that we've still got a whole 45 seconds. We can do this, potentially. Drop this, get ready. I don't care. Let's make sure he's in trippy shot range. I have so many stacks of Death Defiance, I don't care if he kills me here. Just reload and fire.
No.
Just need to, again, as long as he's in trippy shot, that's what matters most. And every time he dashes out, I just pass another one. Okay. Keep it going, keep it going. Just make sure I pick up my cast gems where possible because I need to keep trippy shot down on the floor. There's our laser. Okay, just stand on him and we got him. New record, Kiwi. I think we beat it by about... Well, let's find out.
Boy, you speak none of this to anyone. Again, you...
And again, I said this earlier, the Eris Rail is incredibly strong. We only have it at its second level of 5.
Now that was quick.
All right, our new fastest record by almost a full minute. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So what do we need to show for this victory? Let's be honest, the only things that mattered were the attack and the aspect of Eris. And I guess, okay, Blackout was pretty important too. So let's get rid of Flurry Fire. It's literally just these 3 boons. Can I... If I press B, will this still be caught? Well, okay, whatever. So yeah, Aspect of Eris, Drunken Strike, and Blackout were about all we needed on this run, let's be honest. Alright. Well...
Mere moments from his final victory, the prince, in his great haste, ignored surveying each side of a rather busy crossing, where a swiftly passing chariot collided with him very forcefully.
So in theory, that means that Zagreus made contact with a human mortal there. Wonder what they felt killing a god. Vehicular, what would it be? Deicide? Yeah, vehicular deicide.
Well, that was pretty good all in all.
That was a pretty darn good run, yeah, I agree.
Oh, you are just the best. I bet you died on purpose just to get this back to me, didn't you?
I have a secret, Hypnos. I've died on purpose every single time just to see you.
I shipped them.
Oh, it's you. Just come on in. You're on the list.
Now the real question is, does Hypnos believe him when he says that? Because... I don't know. I feel like Hypnos is more aware than he lets on. I mean, like, he is super lazy and unmotivated and very clear about his intent. But what do I know?
I meant to tell you, recently I noticed Megara, and I believe I saw the faintest smile play across her lips. That anything to do with you, perhaps? Not asking for specifics, mind.
Give me all the deets, Zach.
You really think that has to do with me? I mean, I hope you're right, and I suppose it's possible. It's just... How can you tell?
Perhaps with time I've grown keen to more than just the weaknesses of my enemies on the battlefield. Especially since I don't have those anymore. I'm happy for you, lad. The 2 of you.
And hopefully soon to be the 3 of us.
Thanks, Achilles. That means a lot.
Alright, pets for the best boy?
You like it when you get pets like this, don't you, boy?
Why wouldn't he? Head pets are the best. Kiwi, if you're listening to this and you happen to be awake while you're listening to this, don't forget, more head pets for Jeff, please. Actually, if you're sleeping, this is the perfect time to implant some subliminal messaging.
The Hound of Hell barely regards the prince, having been sated for the time.
My brain is still very much in speedrun mode, so apologies if I'm talking super fast here, but Kiwi, give Jeff head pets. Kiwi, give Jeff head pets. Here are your subliminal messages for the evening, Kiwi. Give Jeff head pets.
Cerberus there was anticipating your return.
Jeff is a good boy like Cerberus and deserves
must be an Asphodel.
all of the head pets. We've got a little cat drama going on in the background.
He's got on the board.
Oh, hey, I didn't know Orpheus could be, like, Employee of the Month. All right, cool.
You sure that you're all right with everything? I wouldn't want you to be caught up in the middle of all this. If you so much as said to call it off.
No, Meg, no, Meg, come on. Now, are couldn't be happier about it, really. You deserve this. As long as you're happy yourself, right?
Well, thank you, Dusa. You've always been so kind. I don't quite know what to say.
Hey, now, that's my line. Look, though, I better get going, but I just want to say this is great news, all right? Thank you for telling me.
You're right. And same to you.
I like Dusa being the supportive friend to both Meg and Zagreus here.
Here's all I caught. Done deal.
Alright, I think that's about it for the episode. This is a pretty short one, all things considered, but the run was just that fast.
Thank you for the lovely flowers, child. They make my corner of the house hospitable. Such simple comforts never were for me, and yet, now that I am surrounded by them, I have found that I enjoy their presence more than I would have admitted in the past.
I'm glad you like them, Nyx. Though if you don't, just give the word and I will have them removed. Probably incinerated for good measure. Now that you mention it, though, how come you were always in this corner in particular?
This point is closest to the center of the house, to its foundation, and therefore to the center of the entire realm.
Makes sense. Mostly.
Once you find your center, you'll be sure to win. Toss in make a Mulan reference every now and again. Why not? All right. Let's see. Well, we already know what we're going to be running. Let's go ahead and unlock Gilgamesh.
Malphon, I see you overcome the wild and make peace with death.
The hidden aspect of an ancient god king, Gilgamesh.
The hidden aspect of Gilgamesh. You now have the claws of a kid Enkidu, whose dash upper can maim foes. Maim damage 100. You get an alternate moveset. Heavy attack, +2 rapid dash charge. Dash upper inflicts maim. Maim. Foes take 25% more damage, but also deal 50% more damage for 4 seconds, then take a burst of damage. So it's basically like another Doom proc, but it makes us deal more damage to enemies as well, and we get a whole bunch of dashes. Interesting. All right. Oh, wow. We have a much slower attack speed on these weapons. Okay.
Oof, I felt that deep down in my jaw.
All right, so you can tell that you do the dash upper because it leaves a little claw mark over their head. All right, why don't we do this? Let's go a double Doom build. We'll go Ares on the special on the aspect of Gilgamesh, and we'll get to try out a new weapon. I remember not particularly caring for this weapon on my original playthrough, but in part it might just be because, I mean, it starts at base 100 damage, and if I recall, it goes all the way up to 400, so starting out, it's really like a quarter of its full damage potential on a melee build. But we'll see where this takes us, Kiwi. With all that said, let's go ahead and talk to Skelly and then call it a night. Oh, I should probably pick out what I'm going to be running difficulty-wise. Ooh, a new weapon with a higher difficulty sounds a little sketchy. I'm going to drop extreme measures to 2. We'll keep damage control on. I guess we'll take jury summons, 1 level, convenience fee. Underworld customs I could probably get away with. That's level 2. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that works for me.
Just go, pal. You can do it.
Alright, Kiwi, with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're asleep, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for more Hades action on a new weapon.
Boy, oh.